Deforestation has been a challenge, and the country is being adjudged as one of the countries with the highest rate of deforestation in the world.
Population always put pressure on forest resources, whether it's cutting the forest for building residences, whether for agriculture, for other land uses. These are all activities that have to do with cutting into the forest.
When this challenge of deforestation became very, very visible, we needed to take advantage of the presentation of REDD+ program that deals with deforestation, degradation, and the plus that brings about activities that can change that trend.
Cross River State, to start with, was the first subnational to embark on REDD+ within the country. And it was not a mistaken issue. It was done basically because Cross River State for now houses a little above 50% of the remaining tropical rainforest in the country.
They started with awareness creation. The youths, the women, the elderly.
They come in here, put us together, all the stakeholders, everybody, even including timber dealers, those who use the forest, and teach them of the importance of the safety of the forest.
They came that they need people who have land of some acres so that they can give us what to plant. They nurse bush mango and share it to us. So we took the bush mango, go to those acres of land, we clear and plant them.
And then the mangrove, in their thousands, were planted. It was quite very tedious.
UN REDD has come in to open the eyes of people in the community about the mangrove. Before this time, we just felt that the mangrove is just there for firewood.
Before planting our mangrove, we have a lot of flood here. Our houses were not safe. In the night, you see water pumping inside when there's heavy rain. But now, because of that mangrove, it has prevented a lot of water coming, and we are living now safe.
Before now, we have a scanty mangrove forest. And now, we have a forest, a mangrove forest, that is full with mangrove with a lot of biodiversity. And so, there is conservation.
The environment cannot be complete without the forest. The forest is there, it's part of the ecosystem. And there must be, a concerted, deliberate and structured manner of protecting it. All stakeholders have a role to play to ensure that whatever we're doing, especially the REDD+ initiative, is sustained and possibly taken to the next level.
And so we got talking to say, one grant cannot give you an understanding of our diversity, an understanding of the varied ecosystem that we have within the country. So we went again asking from the Forest Carbon Partnership Facility that is driven by the World Bank. So we got that grant and expanded to Ondo and Nasarawa State. That grant has a window for which, if you do well, there is an additional grant that you can still add some states. So luckily we did well. When we got the additional grant, we brought Edo, Ogun, Plateau, and Kaduna states.
Nasarawa State and Ondo State happens to be one of those pioneer states after the Cross River, which is a pilot state for the crop program. We have 3 sites that was earmarked for this program. One is in Obi, that's the Atabla Forest Reserve. We have the Marhai Forest Reserve, which is in Wamba, and Zono Forest Reserve, also in Toto local government.
Ba mu sani ba muna zama abu mu ka muna abin da mun gan dama. A waye gari shine mun gan sun zo sun gaya mana na farko ma mun yi wasi da shi. Ba mu damu da su ba. Na biyu, na uku, kai shine mun zo mun fara sa ido cewa. Mun fara sa ku ne cewa wani abin da yake gaya mana bari mu lissafta. Shine mun sa ku ne muna ji batun yanda za mu yi rayuwa a wannan gari. Gashi nan kuma muna lalaba yi yanzu muna gan komai da sauki. Muna gan cin gaba a wannan gari sosai.
REDD+ came to Marhai community, I think 4 years back. Since from that time they have been coming visiting us. creating some awareness on the importance of forestry. And then they tell us on the effect of deforestation.
Really, the program REDD Plus have really helped the community, that is Masenge community, because the trees that is being planted, this harbors animals from all over. And then the animals that we have not been seeing them before, they are around now. And then the ratio that have been taking place is not taking place again. So, and then the trees that we are felling before, these trees now, their leaves, some of their leaves are deciduous. When they fell down, they decayed. When they decayed, they become manure. And our people really enjoy farming.
Mun gan canji sosai babba hanyoyi kamar haka. Shekaru biyar can tun report ba zuko ba. To shi iskan da ke hura wannan ba ma jin shi ba. Akwai zafi rana sosai. Banda wannan itatuwan nan da mu dinnan muna da yadda cewa itatuwa suna ja mana ruwa daga sama. Inda akwai kurmi sosai ruwa zai zuwa. Amma yanzu gaba ɗaya wannan ba a ganin shi ba sai dama yanzu da an bar shi shekaru 4 da aka bari yanzu. To shi ne mun fara alamun canji wanda yaran man suna samun lafiyan jiki.
Because the government has placed ban on this cutting down of trees in Nasarawa State, what we experience now is that the transportation and illegal extraction of timber is now in the night. And we don't have enough officers to monitor and patrol these people within those period of time they are operating.
We're able to raise a team, they call them eco guards. They go into the forest to protect our forests and give report to the chiefs about whatever is happening, all in an effort to make sure that the vision and mission and goals of Red Cross in Cross River State is sustained.
In this community we have rule. Anyone that fight, we will pay a fine of gold. Then we have put this rule in order to help us in maintaining the forest. So anyone that tamper with the forest land, you will also pay the same fine.
The culture of not them, it doesn't concern me. No, it concerns everybody because we are all stakeholders in this business. When you see them doing it illegally, report them. And those that are aiding and abetting them should please have a change of, they should have everything.
Programs like REDD cannot be very successful if government itself does not fully get involved in terms of the structures on ground and the enabling policies and the funding to ensure that things work out well.
The federal government is very committed to climate change issues. Mr. President signed and ratified the Paris Agreement in 2016. And REDD Plus is a direct intervention that is supposed to help us achieve the commitment. There is provision in the budget and any other thing that the federal government can do to support REDD Plus activities. We are collaborating with the private sector, we are collaborating with international agencies and organizations to help REDD Plus with resources, that's financial resources, equipment, capacity building, and the government is right there coordinating this.
We are presently sensitized sufficiently forest-dependent communities and states are beginning to see the benefit of keying into the REDD Plus program and doing things that support REDD Plus activities because of the knowledge of the advantage in terms of carbon credit that they will get and other benefits that development partners will want to bring in investment for the purpose of carbon.
My advice is that people should be patient. The problem we have as black men or generally in Nigeria is that we are not patient with government. We want immediate benefits.
People needed quick wins, low-hanging fruits. Look, we've been doing all of these things for several years, but we can't lock up the forest. We need to eat, and we recognize that. REDD doesn't stop people from utilizing forests. REDD is a concept of sustainable utilization of natural resources. But that was the idea that triggered community-based REDD Plus, so that we can begin to implement small-scale projects in local communities to build their capacity and then prepare them for REDD Plus investment.
We are introducing what we call the agroforestry, the Tongia system, to them, and we have seen it. If you go along Wamba Road, you'll find the reserve that we have there. Agroforestry practices have been carried out where people raise their agricultural crops at the same time conserving, protecting our trees.
The poverty of forest-dependent communities will begin to have some attention. Because if you have REDD investment in forest-dependent communities, those investments are meant to take them off the forest and give them alternative livelihoods.
I
feel better. I'm a very happy person because I know what conservation means. Conservation, I could say, is God.
The REDD Plus has really attracted opportunities, has created a platform for the country to leverage on in terms of dealing with climate change challenges. As we speak, the REDD Plus 2 has been very visible in the revised NDCs, the National Determined Contribution were very visible, and the commitment and the emission reduction data. It is the REDD Plus that was able to bring that for the Afolu sector that is captured clearly, for which the country is presenting, and more discussion will be on it in COP26 in Glasgow. So for now, the REDD Plus is where to key in states because the benefits are huge and funding opportunities are available as long as we are ready to keep our legs on the throttle in terms of keeping the policies right, keeping the commitments correctly, and showing that, yes, as a country, we may not necessarily at all times go cap in hand. We are committed ourselves, but we need support so we can get to where we want to go.
I often say, if the environmental managers do their job very well with the support of the government and everybody else, doctors in hospital will see less and less patients per day, per week, per month, even per year. So know that by not even getting sick and going to the hospital, one, you are saving yourself from the suffering. Two, you are saving your money from buying medicine. Three, you are saving yourself from losing time going to work and all that. So environmental management is the responsibility of every single individual.